What's up, everybody? NorbCam here. Keys to the game, week 10. Of course, we got my Seahawks going up to Gillette Stadium to face the Patriots in a rematch of Super Bowl 49. It's going to be an interesting one. Patriots, of course, are 7-1. Seahawks 5-2-1. Clearly, the Patriots are the best team in the league right now, steamrolling everybody they seem to play. Their only loss coming against the Bills, and that was without Tom Brady in Week 4, I believe. Top 10 in virtually every offensive category, and since Tom Brady returned from his 4-game suspension, hasn't missed a beat. So, they're looking pretty formidable at this point. However, let's take a little closer look at who they played the last 4 weeks since Brady's been back. They've played the Browns, which is the Browns. They beat the Bengals, and the Bengals have not been so great this year. They beat the Steelers, and that was without Ben Roethlisberger, and they beat the Bills in their rematch. And in that game, they did not have Shady McCoy. And Shady McCoy, when we played the Bills on Monday Night Football earlier in the week, he's kind of the cog that makes that whole Bills team go. They go as McCoy goes and makes Tyrod Taylor a better player, in my opinion. So, anyway, what am I trying to say? What I mean by looking at that is that at 7-1, I think this matchup with the Seahawks will be their toughest matchup so far this season for them. Now, we've had our issues, particularly on the injury front, and I said over the last couple of weeks, I said this is like the Seahawks are like a ship at sea in the middle of a storm, just trying to weather these injuries, and if we can get through the storm and not lose pace, we will be coming back to port and eventually getting some more ammunitions, restocking and rebuilding and reinforcing that ship. And we're starting to get to that point now that we're kind of at the halfway point of the season. We're getting back Cam Chancellor, Luke Wilson, I believe. They're questionable, but Luke Wilson possibly, and Bradley Sowell. Unfortunately, we do not have Michael Bennett in this game, and Thomas Rawls is still out at least another week. So I'm hoping those two guys will make it back for the Philly game. But what does this mean for this game, getting possibly those three guys back? Well, Luke Wilson and Bradley Sowell may not be so much of a major impact players right there, but Cam Chancellor, part of the Legion of Boom, the heart and soul of the defense. He is the enforcer. He's the guy who is also their leader, their captain, and he's also key to communicating signals to the rest of the defense. And of course, we know him for his thunderous hits across the middle. And so, how much difference will he make? It's hard to say. Are they going to win or lose because of his presence there? I think that's probably overstating it, but I think he will make an impact more than his replacement, Kelsey McRae, will make, who has played okay in his substitution for Cam Chancellor, but he is no Cam Chancellor. And like I said, he brings so many intangibles to the Seahawks defense besides what he does physically, just the leadership aspect and communication. So I think he will help, especially with the fact that Tom Brady, one of the things that he does so well is the short passing game, the quick timing game. And that has been our Achilles heel lately, especially in the last 3 games. We just can't seem to get off the field, and it's generally not big plays down the field. It's the little stuff that just keeps drives alive. So hopefully Cam Chancellor can have an impact there, since that's kind of his area. So we'll see how he'll do coming back. So let's talk about the keys to the game. In order for Seattle to get a win in Foxborough, these are my top 5 keys. Number 1, the defense must limit the third down conversions by Tom Brady on that offense. We've got to keep it to 50% or less. We've been getting killed on third down the last 3 games. And so we've got to keep these drives We got to shut down some of these drives, get them off the field, and put our offense back on. So 50% or better for the Seahawks on third down conversions. Patriots are going to get their yards, and so when they do get into the red zone, we got to keep them out of the end zone. So we've got to limit some of the damage to field goals and just keep the score tight. So that's number 2, keeping the Patriots out of the end zone. Number 3, Russell Wilson must be awesome this week. He's got to have his best game of the season. The offense is going to go as his arm and his legs go this week. I think the key to that is finding Jimmy early and often. And I know New England is going to key on him, seeing that he had such a great game last week. They're going to try to shut him down. And when they do that, they've got to find the other options, namely Doug Baldwin, Tyler Lockett, Paul Richardson, Jermaine Kearse. He's got to get those guys when they're keying on Graham. He's got to find the open guy. I'd be fooling myself, and you'd be fooling yourself to think this is a week we've got to get the running game going. It's not going to happen. We have no running game, and it's not going to suddenly turn into something that it's not been overnight. So maybe you can sneak in a few run plays in there if we can set up. It's like throwing the ball to set up the run is what it may come down to if we are going to get any yards on the ground. But I'm not even going to try to say we need to establish the run because it's just not going to happen. So forget about trying to run the balanced attack. We need to get yards, we need to get points, and we need to convert our end third downs. Moving to key number 4, we've got to win the turnover battle. As every team knows, turnovers can swing a game, change the tone of the game, give a team momentum. We're going to need it, especially playing in their house. We definitely can't afford to give up the ball. We've got to win that turnover battle, and that could be what changes the course of the game. Finally, my key number 5, I'm going to say that in order to win this game, we must score at least 28 points. If our team, whether it be offensively or defensively, special teams, if we can't generate more than 28 points, I don't think we're going to win this game. So that's my magic number. I think if we score 28 or more, and of course, have to limit them from being higher than us, we can win this game. But we've got to at least score 28. So, last week I started kind of picking the rest of the schedules of the Sunday games. I did not pick Thursdays. Obviously, I'm doing this today on game day. So I'm going to review how I did last week and get into the picks for this week, finishing with my prediction on our game, Seahawks-Patriots. So here are the picks from last week's week number 9.
My prediction is Seahawks will be on top, 21-17. Lions at the Vikings. Gonna go for the Vikings on that one. Eagles at the Giants. I'm taking the Giants. Jets at the Dolphins. Dolphins win at home. Jaguars at the Chiefs. Chiefs get it done. Cowboys at the Browns. Cowboys, unfortunately. The Steelers at the Ravens. Picking the Steelers. The Saints at the 49ers. Gonna pick the Saints on the road. Panthers at the Rams. I think the Rams are gonna step up this week. Colts at the Packers. Take the Packers. Titans at the Chargers. Chargers. Broncos at the Raiders. I'm taking the Raiders.
So, not too bad. Finished up 8-3, which I'll take that record any day. So, looking at this week, let's go down the list of Week 10 matchups. Battling this cold. All right, Packers at Titans, going with the Packers. Broncos at the Saints. Saints on roll, going with the Saints. Rams at the Jets. Need the Jets to keep the Rams down. Jets in New York. Falcons at the Eagles. Battle of Angry Birds again. Picking and hoping it's the Eagles in Philly. Part of it is to set up for our matchup next week. Bears at the Bucks. Going with the Bears. Vikings at the Redskins. Vikings reeling off that loss from Detroit in overtime last week. I know the Vikings are going to be out for blood, but I'm going to go with the Redskins here. We need the Redskins to keep this close and keep the Vikings hit them while they're down. Going for the Redskins. Then we've got the Chiefs at the Panthers, and I'm gonna have to go with the pick against the norm here and go with the Chiefs. See if the AFC can knock off the Panthers, keep them down too. Texans at Jaguars, go with the Texans. Dolphins at Chargers. Chargers played well last week. Chargers in that one. 49ers at the Cardinals. 49ers suck. Although, Colin Kaepernick threw for a lot of yards last week, but I got to pick the Cardinals in this one. And finally, the other pretty big matchup this week is Cowboys at the Steelers. Cowboys, arguably the best team in the NFC right now, at 7-1 as well. Steelers did not play well against the Ravens. However, I'm going to cross my fingers and hope the Steelers can give the Cowboys their second loss of the season. So I'm picking the Steelers in a tough one. And finally, our game. Patriots are favorites over the Seahawks. Seahawks, of course, coming off of a short week, having played Monday night, traveling all the way east to play the Patriots, who are coming off of their bye week. So essentially, the Patriots have had 2 weeks to prepare for this game. The Seahawks have had about 2 days to prepare for this game. So I'm going to stick with my prediction that I made before the season in my Seahawks prediction song. I'm going to say the Patriots. I'm sticking with my 27-24 Patriots over my Seahawks. However, I'm hoping that this is simply a little bit reverse psychology, and we will take that and prove everybody wrong and defeat the Patriots. But on the record, I'm going to still say Patriots by a field goal. All right. Before I wrap up here, I do want to do a quick shout out. I haven't done shout outs in a while, and ironically, I want to shout out to a couple of Seahawks haters on my channel, particularly Bling Dynasty, otherwise known as the 28-24 Forever guy, and Arizona Animal. These guys, I know these guys piss off my Seahawk fans on my channel, and they used to get a little bit under my skin at the beginning, but I gotta be honest, I gotta commend these guys for being such a commitment to being here on a regular basis on a Seahawks fan channel to troll their you-know-what. And so, I've got to give them props for just the fact that they've been so disciplined and committed and such loyalty for posting on such a regular basis on my channel. And so, as the saying goes in YouTube, if you ain't got haters, you don't matter. So I want to thank you guys particularly for helping me matter on YouTube. So keep the hate. It's what fuels the YouTube fire and discussion. So anyway, but more importantly, I want to thank all of you guys, all of my loyal followers who have been there since the beginning and who continue to hop on to watch my stuff, especially you guys from opposing teams or other teams, not Seahawk fans, who enjoy watching my content. I appreciate you guys tuning in. And hope you'll stay with me. And for those of you who are watching me for the first time, I hope you'll subscribe. Got a lot of cool stuff coming up, game reactions, and got a really cool rap battle rematch happening with Philadelphia of the Philadelphia Eagles. Check her YouTube channel out. She is coming to town to watch the Seahawks-Eagles game, so I'll be seeing her in person. Plus, we are doing a very, which should be hopefully a very cool rap rematch from what we had 2 years ago when we did the rap battle previously. So that should be fun. Look for it this week, and let's keep our fingers crossed. All right, thanks for watching again, and go Hawks.